So yesterday you got the idea how you can start as a developer, and I told you like what HTML can do, what CSS can do, what JavaScript can do, and I told framework and libraries are needed for DOM manipulation. And after that you need a backend connectivity to write the business logic and validate the code that you receive from front end. So now in today's session what I'm going to do is that I'm going to explain you about the technologies what we are going to use in front end and back end, so that you can get to know some ideas about the technology what we are going to teach, and you are able to get the knowledge what these things are used in, like how it is going to help you to make a career out of it. So as I said yesterday, front end and back end are two different things. Front end is that when you are seeing something in a website or in your mobile, whether you are able to fill out a form or anything, and the data what you want to send, and the data what you send, it should interact with the server. But before that happens, it should get validated, it should get manipulated. That happens in the back end, and it will give you the response. Like as I said before, when you are logging into Facebook, the credentials, username and password what you are going to send is going through the backend and gets validated there, and it will give response your dashboard, like with your profile name and the post what you have done, the thing what you have commented, what you have shared, everything. This is how things happen. And now here in the front end, what are the technologies we are going to use? Like in the basic way I told you about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, React. And now the thing what we are going to offer, what you can read from here, and the technology is what it has been used for. These things you will get to know. As I said, you can come across like full stack, mean stack, and month stack. When I'm talking about full stack, it means that front end, back end, and database you will be covering with, as I said, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap will be the same. This React, Angular, Vue.js are frameworks. You can choose any one. But HTML, CSS and JavaScript are constant. Even for CSS library, you can choose any one. It may be Bootstrap or it might be anything else like AndDesign, Semantic UI, Material UI, such that. And this frameworks can also be any one, Angular, React, Vue.js. And when I'm talking about backend, it will be of, these are backend languages. So you need any one. It's not mandatory of getting to know 2 or 3, like any one programming language which is used for backend, and these are all the backend languages: Java, .NET, NodeJs, Python, Dino, and PHP. Any one is okay to get to know if you want to become a full stack developer. And database, we use PostgreSQL, MySQL, Firebase, MongoDB, and Oracle. If you know all these things, you might be wondering, sir, am I able to get all these things done? Yeah, you can eventually. As I said, you have to practice it. You have to give enough time until you learn. Once you learn, right, you have to master one. Like if you start with us with front end, eventually in 2 to 2.5 months you will get to know this front end, and you will fully know about, you will have the knowledge from 0 to 100 how front end works. Once you know that the data what you are going to pass, you can learn any one backend language which will be very helpful. And database you can connect it through backend. So this is about full stack. And now coming, you have month stack. So if you see in the previous picture, you have lot of things to cover if you want to become a full stack. When it comes to month stack, right, here you have advantage. As I said, in the front end you will be knowing about HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and one of the framework like MEAN. A stands for Angular, MERN, R stands for React, any one framework. And here in the back end you have Node.js. The added advantage here, for the front end, while you are learning HTML, CSS and JavaScript, note down this JavaScript. This JavaScript is very much important. So here when you choose MERN or mean, you are going to work with the JavaScript backend framework only. So this Node.js is nothing but a framework of JavaScript which is used to as a backend, where you are going to write the business logics to validate your code to the server. So mean and month stack, if you choose right, you have this added advantage. So no need to go for Java, no need to go for PHP, no need to go for Python. The thing what you have learned with JavaScript and the framework React, with these two things, with the basic knowledge what you have covered so far, along with the only few concepts are there to cover to get along with the backend language. And here MongoDB, as I said, M stands for MongoDB, E stands for ExpressJS, A for Angular, N for Node.js. Here it is the same, and the only difference here it is that instead of Angular framework, you are going to use React library. That is the only difference. So while you are covering front end, you can cover the back end at the same time if you offer me a month stack. Now let me go in detail with this month stack. Okay, so in month stack, what all you can find? So as I said, M stands for MongoDB, E stands for ExpressJS, R stands for ReactJs, N stands for Node.js. So in this ReactJs, as I said, it is mainly used for DOM manipulation, which makes your user interface very fast. Like assume you're using a site like Amazon is new to this world, they are going to launch tomorrow, so you want to have a try over it. So while you are registering it, you want the user experience to be friendly. Like when you're inputting your name, email, the name should be filled fast, it should give the options, it should give the continuity of what you want to type. So these things, if the application is fast, you will be happy, yeah, this is good, and that application will be fast based on these frameworks. If they have used these frameworks as ReactJS, AngularJS, all these things, right, it will be fast. So when we talk about React is a free and open source front-end JavaScript library for building user interfaces. User interface means you are the user. So what you are using a Amazon website. So there's an interface. You have to log in the details. That is nothing but user interfaces based on the UI components. When you talk about React, everything you build in React will be of components. So you'll get 100% clarity over it once we get on to React. And it is maintained by Meta, which is obviously from the Facebook, and a community of individual developers and companies. Now coming back to Node.js, this Node.js is nothing but a backend framework for your front-end thing. Node.js is an open source, cross-platform, backend JavaScript runtime environment that runs on the V8 engine and executes JavaScript code outside a web browser. So backend logic will always give results in the backend. So behind the stage, right? This Node.js is also nothing but a backend thing which will give you the business logic to validate your code, so that when you make a request to the server, you need that to be posted, right? It goes through the backend language. So that is about Node.js. ExpressJS it's a backend web application framework for Node.js. Express is a back end web application framework for Node.js. No need to get confusion. This is a library and this is a backend thing what you are going to use. For this backend language, you are going to use a framework that is ExpressJS. It is designed for building web application and APIs. Yesterday I told you about APIs. You might call it as an URL, but that thing we call it as an API. API is nothing but application programming interface, where that APIs will help you to send the request from the backend, from the front end to the backend, and get into the server. Either you can make a request, send some data, and you will get the response from that. The data what you are going to receive. That things happen through these APIs, and these APIs can be done in Munstack using ExpressJS, and this is a completely different thing in Java. But the process is same, but it's a completely different thing. And MongoDB is nothing but a database. As you can see here, it's a source available cross-platform document oriented database program, classified as NoSQL database program. No sequential query language is used here. MongoDB uses JSON like documents. You might be wondering what JSON is. JSON is like the data what you are going to send into the server, right? It is converted into JSON because server can understand only one language. Like if you go into a different state where people will speak only Hindi is like a JSON there. Like you have to, it understands only Hindi. So in server, when you send some data, you might send your name as ABC. Server doesn't get that. You have to convert into JSON so that it will understand this is ABC. So that is nothing but a JSON. It is a format where server understands it. You will get to know this eventually when we will be practicing about posting data into the server. So while we are posting into the server, obviously it stores the data in database, as like it says classified as a NoSQL database program. MongoDB uses JSON like documents with optional schemas. MongoDB is developed by MongoDB Inc. Like they have the official website. Now coming back, let me talk about React. So which are all the applications which has been made by React. You might be wondering, sir, if I choose React, will there be a career? Like now React may be in booming, so what happens in the future if there is something else? I'm telling you now, if you are good with JavaScript, anything that comes into the market in the next 5 to 10 years, you can learn that in easy time if you are good with JavaScript. So this React will stay for a longer time. Like see the applications what they are using, in which the applications have been React has been used. So Dropbox, like it's a drag and drop thing website where like Dropbox is a web-based file hosting server operated by Dropbox.inc that used to computing enable users to read and share files. Like you can drag and drop some few things and you can share them to a different source. And WhatsApp, and basically no everyone in this world will be active in social medias, and WhatsApp is one of the social media, Instagram, Facebook. Look, these are all what in day to day life people will use these applications, and all these applications are made of with React. So React is getting used in every day all over the world, not in specific part but all over the world. Look, WhatsApp, like you'll be using this WhatsApp as a chat box, like you can chat with different people from different places. Instagram, like you can share, post your views or your reels, video, audio, anything, so that everyone in every part of the world can get to know about this. PayPal, like it is a transferring digital money platform. You can send and receive money. You might now not heard about it, like what we use like Phone Pay, Bharat Pay, all these things, right? PayPal is like a digital platform to transfer money all over the world. Like we use Phone Pay here, which is of Indian version. This PayPal is of the same like Phone Pay, which is used around the globe. And Netflix, you obviously know, where we can stream new movies and web series, all these things. And Uber Eats, like it's a delivery thing with where they will deliver food for you. And Pinterest and Facebook, and you might be really known about this Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So people are using these applications every now and then in day to day life, and these applications are made of React. So if you are using these applications, you can get to know how fast the application is and how you are able to share your comments, posts, videos, audios, and how user friendly it is. So these are all the applications that is with React, and that is why we have to get to know about React. Like in the future instances where they have to give, like if they want to do something like WhatsApp, like the same with a different name, so they'll be using React to give the same user friendly experience over there. So React is in the booming, and all these day to day life applications are made with React. And coming back with Node.js, a backend framework which is used for applications, right? Look, here it's the same. You know about LinkedIn, where you can share your profiles, posts, and everything. And PayPal, again Uber to book cars, Mozilla Firefox, which is a browser, GoDaddy, which is a domain where you can build websites, LinkedIn, same. Here they have been using the Node.js. So from this you can come to a conclusion, whatever you are going to study here, React or Node.js, this is something that people are doing with their day to day life, so that whatever you learn here, right, you can make a career out of it, because it is in the booming and company will hire if you have these skill sets. So that is why I'm explaining you these things, why we are have been chosen. Like there are many frameworks and many backend languages, and why this particularly, because that is the one that is going currently. And you might, and as I said at the beginning, you might have wondered, sir, now I'll go with React and Node.js, but what happens in the future after 5 years if like there is a newer thing like Node.js which gives competition for Node.js or React.js? No need to worry about that. If you are good with JavaScript, anything that comes in the near future, you can learn it in a quick time. So all you have to focus with learning JavaScript. It works same with the front end and the back end. If you have the confidence in learning that, getting to know how syntax works, how implementation works, so whenever there's a new technology out there, it is not a big thing for you to understand it. So for now, we can easily say that React and Node.js will be there for a longer period of time. So that is with that. And now coming back, application with MongoDB, which are all the applications which is using this database. As you can see, Thermo Fisher, SAP, Cisco, Adobe, eBay. You might have not about eBay. eBay is like a largest platform all over the globe where you can sell and buy things. It's like a storeroom. What you do here, Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, right? That is related to here, like some specific part. But this eBay is all over the world. You can sell and buy things. So this eBay uses MongoDB. So and this Barclays, KPMG, Adobe, Google, you obviously know Google. Whatever you want to know, you can just Google it. And Google, as you might know, they will be storing information and they are using this MongoDB database. So this is about the technologies what we are going to teach, and these are all the technologies where they are using now. Before you can learn, try to know these things where it has been used. That is the point what I am trying to say here. If you learn these things, that it will be easy for you going on. Look where it has been used day to day life. It's not like that every 6 months they are going to use. It's not like that they are going to get banned so that my job will get in it. No, not has such that reasons. It's a day to day life applications where these technologies are used, and these technologies is what we are going to teach in the next 2 to 3 months. So apart from that, MongoDB, what we cover in ReactJs is that we are going to cover React, Redux, hooks, sagas, context API. As of now, you have an idea like this is a library. So once you get to know React, Redux, hooks, sagas, context API, eventually you will get to know. We start with React. So once you get to know the basics of React, you will get the idea how Redux works. Once you learn Redux, you know why we should use sagas. And once you use this, you will get the idea how context API works. So we will be starting with React. And from this, you can come to a conclusion that you can have a career with front-end developer. It's easy to become a Node.js developer. Like if you start with HTML, CSS and JavaScript, you can come along with React and Node.js. And ReactJS is different from React Native, and it is not that much difference. If you learn ReactJS, you can eventually become React Native developer too. And these things, whatever the JavaScript you are going to learn, right, it becomes easy for AI, ML, DL developer. AI is nothing but artificial intelligence. If you are keeping a track of day-to-day technology, how it is getting improved day by day, you will get the idea of artificial intelligence is making sound all over the world. And machine learning. As I said, if you learn JavaScript, all these things will be easy. I'm not saying that much easy, but you will have the idea how these things work. A basic knowledge over this if you know JavaScript. And as I said, many other frameworks which is going to come in the near future, you can master it if you know JavaScript. You can develop blockchain project too. You might have not heard about blockchain, but blockchain is a future technology which will be applied all over the world. It's like for, if I have to say it in a simple plain English, it will be used for security purpose, where your application or your profile or your data cannot be hacked. Well, this is a technology where people are waiting in the near future. It is for completely security purpose, and you can master it once you learn JavaScript. So going on, this is the conclusion what you can come, and here you can join. What we do is that we allow you to have session each day in, day out. Like today we will be covering one part. We'll make understand that part in a clear, easy way, and the next session will be of something that you can learn new. Day in, day out, one-to-one session will be there, and we will be providing assignments for you, and how good you will be learning. And based on your assignments, we will be recruiting you. We will be assisting with you with placements. And as I said before, you can go on and check with these sites. So here, this is our official website where we have provided trainings and where we have assisted in placements. If you go and click to this portfolio section, you can see people who have been already placed here. Look here, front-end React developer, trainee software developer, front-end developer, trainee software developer. Look, all these people have been placed. So you can visit this site and get to know, and you can also check the reviews of our site, where students who have been got placed, right, they have given the reviews like how they have been taught and how well they are doing now. You can check the reviews of this site. And we have our own course content where you can learn examples. If you come across here this website, here we have our own examples to learn the syntax and implementation of this technologies. Look here, we have HTML, CSS, JS, Bootstrap, Java, ReactJs course. So you still have many more: React, Angular, MongoDB, NodeJs. So once you click onto this HTML, you have this HTML examples, like how you can start, where to start, how to type the examples, how to understand the topics. All these things have been explained here, like what is HTML, why you need this head tags, and inside this how you can place the title. So as of same, you have CSS, how to implement CSS to your page, how all you can design it, and JavaScript, what all the basic syntax you need to learn in JavaScript. All these things we provide you this with these examples, so that you can practice more and more and you can master these concepts. And we have the same for React, Java, Node.js and everything. So we have ReactJs here. So what is React, what are its advantages, where it has been used, and how to install it, how to get the JSX done, and how you are going to use components, what are props, what is state. All these things we will teach day in day out. So it's obviously this is what the things we are going to cover. And we'll start with HTML. HTML is the starting point of your course. Like, you need to know how to display your code in the browser. So I'll start it with today. What I'll do is that, as you are seeing the screen, I'll go here and for this editor you need VS Code. So you have to type VS Code download for Windows. So if you click onto that, this is how it is going to look. You click onto the first thing you see here, download Visual Studio Code, Mac, Linux, Windows. If you click onto that, it will pop up something like this, download Visual Studio Code. And then what you have to do is that you have to click onto the Windows. If your system is Windows, click onto the Windows. If it is a Mac, click onto the Mac. I will click on Windows. So once you do that, it will start downloading here. At the left corner you can see this. So I'll just pause it because I already have one. I'll just pause it. I already have one. So once it gets downloaded, it will ask for you one or two questions, like whether you want to approve this to be in your desktop, whether you want to open with this extension, all these things it will ask. Just give yes for everything, and it won't deduct any money from you, or it won't ask you for login and all these things. So you can download it. Once after downloading it, this is how it is going to look. What you do is that here in the desktop, create a new folder, Control Shift N. If you do that, it will create a new folder. So here you start with naming your folder front end. So once you click onto that, this will be the folder there. Then you click onto VS Code, open the VS Code. If you double click on it, it will open the VS Code for you. And now click onto this file once, and here you might come across new text file, new window, open file, open folder. Go for this open folder, click onto that folder, so that your file message gets opened here. And now you have created a new folder, right? Where you have created it here in the desktop. So go for the desktop, and here you can see front end. This is the folder what I have created. Look here, 3/11/23, 10:33. This is the time what I have created. Click onto that folder, and here click select folder. Once you do that, your folder is opened in the VS Code, and it will be empty. You have just created a folder, there is no files in it. So this is how you have to install VS Code, and then create a folder, then open the folder. But if you open it, there is nothing in it. So inside this you have to create the file. So to create a HTML file, you have to give the name of the file. So I will write demo for my file name dot. If it is a HTML file, you have to come with the extension HTML, hypertext markup language dot HTML. This is what you have to do. You have to create this file. And now once you open this, right, you click on to this, it will show search extensions in marketplace, and here you write live server. So when you type live server, it will pop up with this like Wi-Fi signal live server. You might see a lot, but look at this icon and remember this. You have to click this, and here for me it is showing uninstall. For you it will show install. You click on this and it will install it for you. So once after installing it this, when you right click here, it will give you the extension open with live server. And now coming back to HTML, you have to start with this arrow. Here you have to write doc type HTML. This is the first thing. It means you are using HTML5, and then you have to write HTML opening and closing tags. Look, these things we call it as tags. You should start with this, the key which you are seeing after the letter M, like this, and you have to close it. And now this is a tag, and to close it you have to do slash tag. So and now inside this we are going to use this as a HTML tag. This is a closing HTML tag. So this is what I did, opening and closing. In between this I am going to write body tags, pure body, open tag and closing tags. And inside this I am going to write welcome to my web page. And once you do this, right, you have to right click. After installing live server, you have to click on this open with live server, so that it will render this page in the browser. It will render it in the browser. Welcome to my web page. And you have one more thing. So if you have not got this, I'll just remove this. I'll do it from the start so that you can get to know. So first you have to start with doc type HTML. This is not opening or closing tag, it's a single tag. And after that you have to come up with HTML opening and closing tags. Inside this you have header tags. This head tags used to get the metadata information for your web page, but whatever you write here, it won't display here. After this head tag you have this body tag, and whatever you write inside body tag, it will show you in the browser. So here I am going to write H1. It was a good session. Now if I run this, look here, it was a good session. So this is how you are going to practice. This is how you start your HTML file. And this head tag, it is for the metadata. Look here, I have this 127, which is the local server it is running. So instead of that, if I want to change this, I cannot do it inside body. I have to do it inside the header tag. So here I will go for title, and inside this title I am going to write new page. So now if I say this and come back here, you can see it is showing new page. And you can do the icon too. So this icon I will show you how to change it in the future sessions. So this is about what we are going to do, what you are going to learn, and how you are going to start. And after starting, this is how you are going to start HTML. So this is about today's session. So eventually from tomorrow, what we are going to do, we are going to start with making an icon here, and here I'm going to display how to place a form here, how to create form, how to create a navbar, how to create an actual website, how you are going to use lists, how you are going to make a layout, all these things. Like as I told before, in HTML there are a lot of things that you need to learn. Everything which each example we are going to do that from tomorrow, day in day out. So if you go for HTML, these are all the things you need to learn going on. HTML editors, basic, paragraph, styles, CSS, links, images, list, block, inline, display, ID, classes, all these things you will learn day in day out. So for each day we will be covering around 2 to 3 topics. so that you will get to know. So once after completing everything till the media, like how you are going to create one YouTube on your web page, like how to display a YouTube video on your web page, that is what here it is showing. So like this, every day 2 to 3 concepts will be covered and you will learn along with it. The thing is, you have to practice day in day out, that's the whole thing. So as I said, few people cannot join the sessions as they have texted they will be busy. I'll be sharing this video, they'll get to know. As you are here, Sindhu, do you have any doubts over here, like in the installation part or anywhere else?
I'm aware of this topic little bit from my basic code. However, in there I have learned only how to get the output by copying the program.
That
This is related to bold, subscript and all.
I didn't get you. Come again.
I'm little bit aware of this topic HTML, that how to bring out the output just
Okay.
by copying the programs like HTML, head, title, body.
So you
These are
already know these
programs
things.
we were using to make notebook too. We are using this all this in notebook.
Notepad. You are
Notepad.
using Notepad. Yeah, okay. You can start it
Notepad.
with VS Code. It will be helpful for you. Like going on, you'll be learning React, right? And Node.js, all these things. This editor will be helpful for you. VS Code. So try to install this. As I said, watch the video again. I showed you how to install it. And then you can start creating a folder, and inside that you start creating these files. As you are aware of all these things, like it will be a revision for you, and for the few guys, as it is a start, they will learn from scratch. Going on, it will be easy for you, okay? Hello, you got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from tomorrow on, I'll start with this notepad, VS Code, how the content will start here, how to display a table, how to display a form, and how to design all these things, how to display an image over here in your web page, how to display a YouTube video. All these things will be starting tomorrow. So for today, that's it. Have a great day. I'll meet you tomorrow, okay? And people who have not joined the session, please go through the video, get to know the facts, how it works, and if you have any doubts, join the session tomorrow, and you can ask me. I'll help you out in clearing those doubts. Yeah, bye Sindhu, have a great day.